Well, June is National Safety Month, and today we are going to focus on safety for seniors.
Now, summer can be particularly a good time to be reminded about the proper precautions for safety measures for seniors. It gets so hot, and so we are learning about that. It's super important. Teresa Parker's here with RN for You, and it has been. We have had some really, not today, but really, really hot weather recently.
Already.
Yeah, and it's problematic. We think about the landscape. It's problematic for everyone involved, right?
Exactly, especially seniors.
So what do we need to know?
Well, to begin with, seniors need to dress appropriately. You know, we always think that less clothing is better, but not necessarily. If we think about wearing loose, thin clothing, something like this shirt that I have on today, that's better for seniors, and even long sleeves, going out with long sleeves, you think long sleeves are bad, but not necessarily. If it's thin,
like a lightweight thing.
Yes, and breathable, like cotton material, and it'll protect the skin from the sun. And a nice, big floppy hat.
That looks good on you, too. Very fashionable.
It'll protect the face and the head. It'll keep the head cool. So that's nice for a senior to wear as well.
Okay, what about eye protection? What do we need for that for our seniors?
Eye protection is a must. The eyes in a senior are very sensitive to the sun.
They get very delicate, too, the skin around. Yeah.
Exactly. Something like these shades that protect all around the face, these are the best. It'll protect sun damage from the eyes from sun damage and cataracts. So these are the best, and they should be worn at all times.
Is there anything specific as far as, I notice those are plastic frames and not the metal. Is there anything, it doesn't matter, just as long as they're big enough to cover?
Exactly. Okay. Doesn't matter.
What about sunscreen? So there's so much, new news all the time about what kind of SPF, how to apply, reapply. What should we know about sunscreen?
Sunscreen is a must as well for everybody, but especially seniors because their skin is very sensitive and thin. Sunscreen should be applied an hour before going out, and it needs to be reapplied about every 2 hours, especially if you're doing anything active
you sweat,
outside.
Yeah, it comes off. Yeah,
exactly. And an SPF of 30 is recommended by dermatologists.
And sunscreen expires. I just learned this. I had no idea it expires.
It does.
Yeah, within a year it can expire.
Yes, and it needs to be thrown away, so you need to look through your cabinets and throw it away if it's expired and buy new.
Okay. Now, we always hear about people becoming dehydrated in the summertime. Is there anything different that for seniors population in regards to dehydration that you can share with us?
Well, seniors usually do not drink enough water. That's a known fact. I've worked with quite a few seniors that really don't drink water at all.
Which is interesting.
It is.
I think you forget to, I think, adults in general throughout the day, sometimes we forget, oh my gosh, I haven't even had any water all day today.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's very important. We hear all the time you need to drink 6 to 8 glasses, and that's 8-ounce glasses. And, when you think about an 8-ounce glass, do you really know what that means?
No.
I mean, you don't really think about that. So I brought a bottle. An 8-ounce glass would be about a half of a bottle. And you think about that, you're drinking 4 of these bottles of water a day.
Right.
That's a lot. If you're just sitting around the house, that's a lot of water to drink. And if you go outside in the heat, you need to drink more. So seniors really need to be wary of that, consuming that much water in a day, and they don't. So that's something that family members need to really remind them of. Getting dehydrated is major in a senior.
Okay.
Any sort of other tips about being outside in this kind of heat? Because I think it's not just the seniors, it's people who are caring for them to be aware of and what to look out for in case there is something dangerous
They need to be
happening.
sure and take breaks if they're out working in their gardens. They need to take breaks periodically, rest, get under a shade tree, drink more. If they're working in soil, they need to be sure and wear gloves.
I saw you have your gloves here.
Yes, they need to wear gloves to protect their hands. They need to keep their vaccines updated, be sure they have a current tetanus shot. And medications are huge in seniors. Medications can make you more sun sensitive, so they need to be sure and read the labels on their medications and see if it says that they will be more sun sensitive.
I was about to ask you, what type of medications are you talking about? Because seniors take so many different things. Isn't it a little vitamin pack?
And sometimes it's hard to tell what's what, and you don't have the bottle anymore, maybe if you did put them in the packs.
There's lots of medications that can cause some problems. So there's antibiotics, there's diabetic medications. St. John's wort is a medication that a lot of people use that's over the counter.
Okay.
And that causes some sun sensitivity?
It does, and that's something that can
Interesting.
help with depression, and people just don't know that. So there's a lot of medications. If you have any concerns, you should speak with your physician.
Okay, well, warm weather also naturally brings people outside, more including the senior population. So being outside is great for both physical and some really good mental health. So as we age, they are once and easy to navigate, suddenly become a little bit more difficult when you're out there. So that could be another concern for seniors.
It could be. It's great for them to get outside and
Yes.
enjoy the fresh air, but if
But-
they have a mobility aid like a cane or a walker, they need to really remember to take that out with them. Sometimes they think, well, I can go outside and I can just leave this behind. But that's really important to take. And they also need to use caution when they're out walking, because any little rock or twig, incline or
Yeah,
a
it can really
decline, it
hurt.
can really
Yeah.
affect things. And they need to just, watch for a clear path when they're out walking, because falls are the #1 cause of injuries in seniors.
And we
wanna
don't
take
want that to happen, yeah.
every precaution to prevent a fall.
Teresa Parker, thank you so much. Such good information. And I think we all need to look out for each other. I think that really is one of the main things, too. Look out for your neighbors if you have an elderly woman or man near you. Just check on them, see if they're okay. Yes. And Teresa Parker's from rnforyou.com, rnforyou.com if you have any questions.
Indeed.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well,